Start? Okay. After our pledge of allegiance, we will have a moment of silence for Sandro Vanella, the father of Councilman Steve Vanella, who is not here tonight as he is attending his passing of his father.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay. That a delayed reaction?
Yeah.
Um. We'll start first, Madam Clerk, reading for the public hearing.
Notice is hereby given that there has been introduced before the town board of the town of Walkfield, a local law entitled the local law amending local law number 3 of 2023 as amended by local laws number 4 and 10 of 2024 and local law number 3 of 2025. To extend the moratorium prohibiting the review and issuance of any permit, approval, or variance for certain land use activities within the town's Shawangunk Corridor Preservation Overlay District for an additional 6 months. Please take further notice that a public hearing will be held by the town board of the town of Walkfield on November 12, 2025 at 7:25 p.m. at Walkfield Town Hall, 99 Tower Hill, Middletown, New York, to consider the adoption of the aforesaid introductory local law. Any resident of the town of Walkfield is entitled to be heard upon said introductory local law. At such public hearing, copies of the proposed local law are available for review at Walkfield Town Hall, 99 Tower Drive, Middletown, New York. Town of Walkfield will make every effort to ensure the hearing is accessible to persons with disabilities. Anyone who needs special assistance and or reasonable accommodation can contact the town clerk. By order of the town board of the town of Walkfield, Louise Flassy, town clerk.
Thank you.
Notice is posted in public, it's going to walk.
Give me a minute, Mr. Cody. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. 1 minute, okay? 1 second. Anyone for the audience for this extension of the moratorium along the kill? Anyone on Zoom? Councilman Johnson?
Thank you, Supervisor. The reason for this is we started an environmental study that was based over 4 seasons. So we have water quality data and sampling information from each of the 4 seasons, spring, winter, summer, winter, fall. We have that, they're actually compiling and putting a report together. But once you have base information, unless you have additional stuff to move forward, you really have nothing compared to. So that's why we're gonna do this for another year. And then we can have stuff to say, look, this is going up, this is going down, and you can see trends. And from the trends, once it's graphed, you can project it up or down and extrapolate data beyond your points. So that's why we're doing it. And we've had absolutely 0 pushback from landowners. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Valentin?
No, just to, I think the analysis that we're doing and gathering is very important to protecting the kill, and so this extension will hopefully complete that analysis.
Thank you. Councilman Cohen?
Nothing really to add. I mean, I think it's all been said. It's a good thing. We'll get the second year's worth of data, and we'll know where to go from there.
I will note, Mr. Supervisor, we did, the extension of the moratorium was referred to Orange County Planning under General Municipal Law 239. As required, we got a response back last week that this is the local determination for the town board to make. The county had no binding comments on the board.
Thank you. Anyone in the audience? Anyone online? Motion to close the public hearing?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Madam Clerk?
Notice is hereby given that there's been introduced before the town board of the town of Walkfield, a local law entitled the local law amending local law number 5 of 2022 as amended by local laws 2 and 8 of 23 and local laws 3 and 9 of 24, and local law 2 of 2025 to extend the moratorium prohibiting the review and approval of applications for the development of warehouses and distribution facilities in the town of Waltham for an additional 6 months. Please take further notice that a public hearing be held by the town board of the town of Waltham on November 12, 2025 at 7:25 p.m. at Walfield Town Hall, 99 Taylor Drive, Building A, Middletown, to consider the adoption of the aforesaid introductory local law. Any resident of the town of Waltham is entitled to be heard upon said introductory local law at such public hearing. Copies are available for review at Walfield Town Hall, 99 Taylor Drive, Building A. The town of Waltham make every effort to ensure the hearing is accessible to persons with disabilities. Anyone requiring special assistance and no reasonable accommodation should contact the town clerk. Whether on the town board of the town of Waltham, Louisa and Gracia Town Clerk.
And the notice was posted and published according to law. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone in the audience? Anyone on Zoom? Councilman Cohen?
Yeah, I'll say, this has been ongoing, but it's really important that we, as we go through the master plan review, that warehouses are a big deal nowadays. And that they wind up in the proper spots in town, so that they're not in neighborhoods and people's backyards and so the idea is to finish the master plan and have these warehouses very close to the on and off ramps to the highway, so that there's minimal impact to the traffic in town. I think we've got areas picked out that, you know, you can still have plenty of warehouses, but it'll be a quick trip on and off the highway, so.
Councilman Valentin?
Yeah, ditto on what Councilman Coyne said is spot on. The purpose of this moratorium is to ensure that any new warehouses that have been identified or have considered coming into the town are put in the right place, away from residential areas, closer to the highway, so they can be on and off the interstate or the highways. We hear from other municipalities that have had similar issues with warehouses just popping up all over the place. So hopefully, once the master plan is voted on, this is in the master plan, it will be addressed accordingly.
Thank you. Councilman Johnson?
Thank you. So as you know, I sit on the master plan review committee as well. And this is something that's been wrapped up probably since last April, I think, when we had the original public hearing. But we had stuff to address, to have the whole description, all the write-up of the master plan, the reason for recommendations with graphs, charts, data, everything to back it up, completed, which we did this fall. And right now it's at the county's hands. So as soon as we hear back from the county, we should be able to vote and move forward, which I think should be next month. I would feel confident. So this moratorium could actually be lifted within a month. And we did lock the warehouses in. They're very close to major highways and interchanges. No more than I think, not even a mile from the actual interchange were the zones that would permit warehousing. And warehousing it's big now, but who knows what it's going to be in 15 years. Just like if you remember 15 years ago, brick and mortar was big, you know, and now it's e-commerce, but who knows where that'll be. So again, keeping those situated in an area that they don't affect the residents, you know, it's kind of a home run to still allow for them to get revenue from them, but not impede traffic flow and things like that. Thanks.
Thank you.
I'll also note similarly with the kill moratorium extension, we referred the local law extending the moratorium for 6 months to Orange County Planning under General Municipal Law 239. At the same time, we got both responses back. County noted that this was also a local determination, so the town board is free to proceed to adopt the extension of the moratorium. And just echoing, expanding a little bit on what Councilman Johnson said, the final version of the comp plan has now, with the supporting documents, with the recommendations and the tables and everything, have been sent over to the county. I sent them over. They've been referred. It's in process. They have 30 days to respond. And once the comp plan is adopted, as you'll see on the agenda tonight, continued public hearings are going to be scheduled for December 18th for both the comprehensive plan itself and the zoning code amendments that accompany it. First thing you have to do is you have to pass and adopt the updated comp plan. And the next thing you can do after that is proceed to adopt whatever appropriate zoning code changes the town board feels are in order. You can use the seeker process from the comp plan to use that to go ahead and adopt the zoning code changes. Part one of the seeker has been completed. It's also been sent to the county. The town's notice of intent to serve as lead agency under seeker has been circulated to all relevant agencies, involved agencies, I should say, and also all of the school districts and the towns that are surrounding the town of Wallkill. So all of that is in process. So there will be an opportunity in December to really take some good steps forward and try and get this on the books. So that's where we are. So I would recommend, like with the kill, also that the board adopt the moratorium tonight because it's expiring on November 21st. If it's adopted tonight, myself and Madam Clerk can get it up to Albany in time, so there's no gap. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone in the audience? Anyone on Zoom?
And one more thing.
Yeah.
The final version, I will certainly commend everybody on the committee. It was really, I've seen a few of these and it's good work. So everyone on the committee from top to bottom should be commended. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all I
Motion,
have.
motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Next, we got public participation. I believe Mr. Mike, you wanted,
Come on up, Mike.
Can we just take a few minutes, really quick with you?
yes?
Aye.
Okay, we got public participation, 3 minutes on agenda items.
George, and we have a moment.
George.
Can you come down a moment? We would like-
Hey, George. Mark?
Can you turn me on? Anybody can see? Mike, go on this side, please.
This is the Vietnam Veterans Wall Committee. Mark? Everybody's here, except for Michelle. Rachel can't make it. So tonight we want to do is present you with this plaque. From the committee. For all the things that you've done for us. I would really, really appreciate it. So we wanna thank you.
I,
Speech.
wow.
Can
this
I
is-
read it?
Yes. yes,
Let's do this right.
Larry is.
We are presenting the Town of Wallkill Vietnam Memorial War Committee is presenting George with this, dedicating to him because he did so much to get that war completed in the town of Wallkill. And he has gone beyond that to present it to the board and everyone here. So we want to say thank you to everyone. But we wanted to present this to him today. And it says, from the Vietnam Veterans Memorial War Committee, special thanks to the town of Wallkill Supervisor George Serrano for all of his support, dedication, and commitment to the completion of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall and the September 11th monument honoring veterans and first responders.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lost for words. But thank you. When I first got into office, it was very important and I kept asking the same questions. Why are we not doing this war? It's our park, it's our war. And I gotta thank Senator Schoolfist and Senator McGunter who helped me out getting the funding for this. And, you know, from day one, I've always said our vets, whether what you believe in them or not, I believe in them because they're responsible for us, for me, to be able to stand here and be able to speak and say without worries that someone's gonna come to that door and take us away. And every time I get a chance, I thank of that because, you know. And I was gonna talk about vets, the Veterans Day event that I went to yesterday, and I didn't do this because I wanted to get recognized, I did it because it was the right thing to do for the vets who gave us our freedom and protect our freedom in this great, great country that we all are here. Yes, DC is a little crazy, Albany's a little crazy, and you know what? That's what makes this country great. You're able to speak. Thank you. Appreciate each and every one. Thank you, Reverend.
You did a great job. Thank you.
Come on, Mike. Let's take a photo. Open up. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much for all your work. Thank you.
Giving us our.
Thank you. Okay, public participation, 3 minutes, agenda items only. Anyone on Zoom? Moving on. Correspondence?
No.
Madam Clerk, we'll start with the resolutions.
Resolution of the Wallkill Town Board adopting local law number 10, 2025, extending local law number 3 and 23 as amended by local laws number 4 and 10 of 2024, and local law number 3 of 2025, which established a 12-month moratorium prohibiting the review and issuance of any permit, approval, or variance for certain land use activities within the town shoreline corridor preservation overlay district. Resolved that the town clerk be is hereby directed to enter into local law into the minutes of this meeting of the local law book of the town of Waltham, with due notice to the adoption of this local law to the Secretary of State of New York. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second,
Second,
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin,
yes.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes, ma'am.
Supervisor Serrano.
Yes.
Resolution of the town board of the town of Waltham adopting local law number 11 of 2025. Extending local law number 5 of 22, which established a 6-month moratorium prohibiting the review and approval of applications for the development of warehouses and distribution facilities within the town of Waltham. Resolved the town clerk be and is hereby directed to enter the local law in the minutes of this meeting and the local law book of the town of Waltham, and give due notice of the adoption of the local law to the Secretary of State of New York. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second,
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Johnson?
yes, ma'am.
Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Resolution of town board of the town of Waltham adopting the town budget for the fiscal year 2026. Resolved that pursuant to town law section 109, the preliminary budget has changed, altered, and revised is hereby adopted as the annual budget for the town of Waltham for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2026, inclusive of the individual fund levies and allocations as annexed hereto, and the same shall be entered into the minutes of the town board meeting. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second,
Mr. Coyne?
Yes.
Mr. Valentin?
yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
Supervisor Serrano?
Yes.
Resolution of the town board of the town of Waltham scheduling a time and place for the continued public hearing with respect to updating and amending the existing comprehensive master plan. Therefore, hereby resolved as follows, that a public hearing be continued by the town board on December 18th, 2025 at 7:25 P.M. with respect to consideration of the existing comprehensive master plan. And number two, that the town clerk is hereby directed and authorized to cause public notice of said hearing to be given as provided by law. And a motion,
So move.
Second.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes, ma'am.
Supervisor Serrano.
Yes.
Resolution of Town of Walkville scheduling the time and place for the continued public hearing with respect to amending chapter 165 noise. Therefore, is hereby resolved as follows, that the public hearing be continued by the town board on December 18th, 2025 at 7:25 P.M. with respect to consideration of the local law amending chapter 165 of the town code. That the town clerk be hereby authorized and directed to close public notice of said hearing to be given as provided by law. May I have a motion?
So move.
Second,
Second.
Mr. Coyne.
Yeah.
Mr. Valentin,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes, ma'am.
Supervisor Serrano.
Yes.
Resolution of the town of Walpole scheduling the time and place for the continued public hearing with respect to amendment chapter 74, assemblies mass public. Therefore, it is hereby resolved as follows, the public hearing be continued by the town board of the town of Walpole on December 18th, 2025 at 7:25 P.M. with respect to consideration of the local law amending chapter 74 of the town code. And that the town clerk is hereby authorized and directed to close public notice of said hearing to be given as provided by law. And the motion,
So move.
Second.
second. Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes, ma'am.
Supervisor Serrano.
Yes.
Resolution of the town of Walpole scheduling a time and place for a public hearing in respect to amending chapter 178. Peace and good order, article 2, smoking on town property. Resolved that a public hearing be held by the town board on December 18th, 2025 at 7:25 P.M. with respect to amending chapter 178 of the town code as noted above. And further resolve the town clerk is hereby authorized and directed to close public notice of said hearing to be given as provided by law. May I have a motion?
So move.
Second,
Second.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Johnson, Supervisor Serrano.
Yes.
Resolution of town of Walkville authorizing the town supervisor to execute a contract for drone show services and a location licensing agreement for the 2025 holiday parade. Resolved the town board of the town of Walkville hereby authorizes the town supervisor to execute an agreement with Starflight Drone Shows LLC to provide a drone show at the town-sponsored holiday parade to be held at the various locations along Walkville Winning Way or other suitable locations at a cost of $7,450. And if necessary, an access and indemnity agreement with the owner of any property which may be used for a staging or launch area with respect to the drone show, with any such agreements being subject to review and approval by the town attorney. Have a motion?
So move.
Second.
Yeah.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Valentin.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
Supervisor Serrano.
Yes.
Resolution of town board of the town of Walkville scheduling a time and place for a continued public hearing with respect to amending certain sections of the town code. Whereas the town board of the town of Walkville wishes to amend and update certain sections of the town code and zoning map as deemed appropriate and specified in the notice of continued public hearing to be published in accordance with this resolution with respect to the following sections, chapter 140 housing standard, chapter 249 to include article 3, section 249(3), article 5, regulations pertaining to residential districts, article 6, regulations pertaining to commercial districts, article 7, regulations pertaining to industrial district, article 8, mobile home courts, article 11, planning board, and article 18, additional provisions. Whereas the town board wishes to schedule a continued public hearing for December 18th, at 7:25 P.M. to consider the adoption of the foregoing proposed amendments to the town code and to consider the potential adverse environmental impacts of the same. And whereas the town board previously determined that the aforementioned proposed local law is an action subject to seeker review, seeker regulations, preliminary classifies same as a type 1 action and determines that it will be lead agency with respect to the consideration, review, and determination of significance of the proposed local law pursuant to seeker regulations. Hereby resolve the town clerk is directed to refer these sections of the zoning code to be amended to the Orange County Planning Department pursuant to General Municipal Law, Section 239-1 and 239-N for the review and comment. And two, the town clerk is directed to refer those sections of the zoning code to be amended to the town planning board for proceedings consistent with town code section 249-49. And three, that a public hearing be held by the town board on December 18th, 2025 at 7:25 p.m. with respect to amending the town code. Further resolved, the town clerk is hereby authorized and directed to close public notice of the hearing to be given as provided by law, including town code section 249-49B. And motion.
Second.
Mr. Coyne,
Yes.
Mr. Middleton,
Yes, ma'am.
Johnson,
Yes, ma'am.
Supervisor Short.
Yes,
Imagine.
thank you. Next, we'll start with Councilman Cummings. We'll start with Councilman Coyne.
Okay, start with highway. Started collecting the leaves. We actually started today in Keystone Park. We'll continue working our way through Washington Heights and Senior Way and continue throughout the town. We will also be picking up bagged leaves. If you have them bagged, you can call the highway office at 845-361-1106. Please leave a message with your name and address. Have your leaves on the curb next to the street. We will pick them up as soon as possible. We're also doing some last minute drainage work and pothole repair before the asphalt plant closes for the season. We'll begin winter tree trimming as weather permits. Our goal is to remove tree canopies that shade the road from the winter sun. This helps prevent the formation of ice on the road and allows for better melting. Our yard is still open on Saturdays for brush and leaf drop off. Hours of operation are from 8 to 12 on Saturday, and you can use Kiesel Road gate to enter. If you are unable to come on Saturday, just call the highway department again at 845-361-1106 and make an appointment to stop by. Veterans Affairs was brought up earlier, how there was actually 2 events in town. Post 151 had a ceremony at their Legion Hall over on Waywayond Avenue. And Post 1181 had theirs at the Elks Club. That's the one that I had attended. Mayor Joe DiStefano was there. He spoke. George spoke. I spoke. And the keynote speaker was Lou Ingrassia. I said it last month. He's a fantastic speaker. And, you know, a lot of people don't realize how much he does for the veterans. Well, has done and continues to do with the Honor Flight program. He got involved in that years ago. And I don't know how many missions he's been on, flights, but that's a big deal for the veterans who get to go on that flight and go down and see all the memorials. And Lou does a fantastic job with that. So, and he's a great speaker as well. So that was a really great ceremony. And yeah, that's all I've got.
Thank you. Councilman Valentin.
Thank you, Supervisor. I'll start with our Parks Department. November is all about winter prep. With that said, we are working on mowing our parks and properties for the last time of the year. Fall cleanups are underway as well, where we remove all fallen leaves, remove dead plants, trim back healthy plants, etc. Winterizing facilities, water is being turned off for the year at Little League, Stevens Avenue, Dundee Garden, Washington Heights, Circleville Pavilion, and upper bathrooms. Each site has included a deep clean prior to closure. Snow removal equipment has been checked out and ready for the season. We have applied 35 yards of 3/4 river rock around the perimeter of Building A. This is the start of a multi-year building A and B grounds renovation that we are performing all in-house with park staff. As far as sports, volleyball at Circleville Park is closed for the season. Stevens Avenue pickleball will be closed within the next 2 to 3 weeks. Circleville Park tennis, and pickleball will also close around December 1st. Dead and unhealthy trees have been marked in our parks for upcoming work with trees this winter season. So thank you, Mike, for all of that. As far as our police, the department currently has 54 full-time sworn staff. During the first 10 months of 2025, we issued 5,783 summonses were issued for moving violations. Staffing, we are currently canvassing the Orange County Civil Service list in an effort to fill one current vacancy in our police department. And our Police Community Council, the next meeting will be held at 7 p.m. on Thursday, December 4th, and will be held at the Community Center on West Warren Drive. During the meeting, the council will be meeting and reorganizing Officer of the Quarter, recognizing the Officer of the Quarter. Police Youth Coalition, the next Police Youth Coalition meeting is scheduled for 7 p.m. on November 18th and will be held at the Community Center. On Monday, November 17th, our Police Youth Coordinator, Rosie Altera Walsh, will be facilitating a tour of the police station for the Girl Scouts. State inspection. Our department is subject to inspections by outside entities, including, among others, the New York State Commission of Corrections. On September 29th, commission staff members inspected ourselves, policies, records, and facility to ensure that we are compliant with New York State laws governing the processing of adult and juvenile arrestees. On October 15th, 2025, we received letters expressing that we were found to be in compliance with all the applicable laws for both adult and juvenile arrestees. The letter regarding the processing of adult detainees did recommend that this department adopt a suicide screening program. Consequently, our policy will be amended to incorporate such a program. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Johnson?
Thank you, Supervisor. I'll start with the building department for the month of October, 176 permits, issued 116 certificates of occupancy or completion. Total fees collected were $145,065. Addressed 36 complaints, carried out 1,121 inspections. I would like to give a congratulations to our new assistant building inspector, Herb Dolson. He was hired to fill a vacant position. He has considerable building construction background, so he'll be an asset to the department. So congratulations to Herb. Water and sewer. The water meter upgrade project you heard me mention previously is finally underway. Residents will be notified by mail from National Meter to schedule their meter appointment. The company has technicians that will have identification, uniforms, and a National Meter service van. It'll say NMS. They will need to access your meter, so they're going to have to come inside your house. So please clear any areas around the meter out, like if it's under the stairs or something, so they have access to it. It should take about a half hour, maybe 40 minutes. And all meters are going to have to be replaced. So they will need to access your meter. If you have any questions or any concerns, you can always call the water department. It's 845-342-1668. As you heard me mention before, the water levels in our wells still not ideal. I know we've gotten some precipitation, but nowhere near where we should be at this time of the year. So if you can, whenever possible, please conserve water. Several water leaks, as always, were repaired timely in a timely fashion with limited interruption service. So great job by our department, as they always do. The biannual hydrant flushing is now complete, and any hydrants that needed to be replaced or repaired is currently underway by the department. The Tower Drive water storage tank project, look out here, you've seen it mentioned, I've mentioned it before, should be done by the spring. The Braeside water treatment and well rehabilitation projects are now complete. And again, all three of these projects are an important step in addressing and reducing the presence of organics in our water supply. Why is that important? Well, when you have the chlorination process come in contact with organics, it makes those byproducts like total trihalomethanes and haloacetic acids, which we were battling for years, but now we're good because these are the kind of things that stay on top of that. The wastewater treatment plant clarifier project, the pump project, is finally complete, done. That's a great do that. So great job there. And as a reminder, the colder temperatures are setting in. So if you have outside hose, bibs, or faucets, either turn them off inside the house so they don't freeze, or insulate them to protect them from the freezing temperatures. That'll help with broken pipes and obviously a higher water bill. Operation maintenance, as always, is 24 hours a day for 365 days a year for both plants, water and sewer. So a great job to everyone who makes that happen. And on behalf of the Water and Sewer Department, they hope everyone has a healthy and happy Thanksgiving. Comments? First, I'd just like to thank everybody that came out and voted. We had a good turnout for election day, and it's much appreciated. That's one of the most patriotic things you can do, is vote and choose leaders in our country that's free. Veterans Day, as you heard, was I think a great ceremony at Post 151. I had the honor to participate in the ceremony and speak. And they did an amazing job to honor our veterans and recognize them for all they've done for our country. So it was a great day. And remember, every time you go out, just because it's not Veterans Day, you should thank a veteran and let them know how much you appreciate all they've done and sacrifice, so the freedoms that we enjoy every day, we can continue to have. And it's because of them that we do that. So don't forget to always thank the veterans. The southern zone of New York, which is Walk Hill, regular big game season, deer hunting season, starts November 15th and ends December 7th. I say that for Ward 4 because there's a lot of people hunting out there. And so if you do go walk in the woods or something with your dog or whatever, make sure you wear your orange. Probably best to keep your dog leashed as well. And finally, have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. I hope everybody has time to enjoy their family, friends, get together. In my mind, it's the best holiday. There's nothing to do but have a great meal with great company. That's the whole point of it. So please get out there, enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, and let them know how much you appreciate them every day of the year. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Yes,
Can I just add one thing?
absolutely.
So every year, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall Committee gives out free ham, egg, and cheese sandwiches and a cup of coffee for veterans on Veterans Day. And last year, we handed out about 40. I think it was a little less, 38. This year, 90 between Maddie's Diner and the bagel shop. So, you know, that's a big jump. That's a big deal. Everybody involved, guys, did a great job. So I just wanted to point that out. Thanks.
Thank you. Want to tell people about the Town of Walk Hill Seniors. They meet every Thursday at 12:15 sharp at the community center. If anyone is interested, you can contact Rosemary Mazza, 845-692-6627. We have on November 29th, we have our holiday parade tree lighting ceremony. We're going to be adding a drone show to that. And also, I believe it's November 20th next week or the 21st, they're going to be cutting down, I think it's 35-foot tree. And they're going to be transporting it around town as it gets over to the parking lot at the Galleria Mall. So be looking out for that. And of course, we have our Kwanzaa event, which is scheduled right now for December 26th at the Galleria from 1 to 3. In regards to veterans, and yesterday I had the honor to speak, and something that came up prior to that was Saturday night, I did get a call late in the evening regarding an individual who had caused some damage up at the park. Thank you to the Town of Walk Hill Police Department who arrested the individual and was able to get this person to jail, and I believe he might have had some issues and they got him some help. But again, this individual came into the town, went to the park and caused damage to the park and to our flag that's flying over there. And again, I'm glad they did a good job. Prior to today, this morning, I had the opportunity when we talk about vets, when we talk about Lou and the honor flight, one of the young men, and I'm gonna call him young because he is younger than me, Assemblyman Brian Marr, was one of the founding fathers who started the honor flight here in Orange County. And I didn't know he's in the service and he's leaving to go deployed for 9 months minimum away from his family as he is a sitting assemblyman. And this morning, I had the honor to go to an event where he was being honored by United Hospice. Now, the reason I bring this up is this is just type of people who our vets are. He is an assemblyman, was a town supervisor, was a village mayor. He started the honor flight, he joined the service. Yet he also has other activities to be honored by United Hospice for being the assembly ambassador of the year. Just shows the type of young man that we have right next to us. And I just want to give a shout out to Assemblyman Brian Marr for that great honor that he got this morning. And prior to coming here, the chief and I had the honor to go to Rumenberg Firehouse, where Assemblywoman Paula Kay recognized first responders in Orange and Sullivan County. We were lucky enough to have one of our officers get recognized, honorable mention, Officer Vandy. He got honored, and it was great to see the state recognize the men and women who are first responders in our community. So a special thank you to Assemblywoman Paula Kay for doing that. So I want to thank the town board, everyone sitting up here, and also Councilman Vanella for taking the time extra to work on this budget that we passed today. We all sat down for 4 sessions after I presented my budget, and they took a good look at it, and I believe, I know it's a good budget, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Next, I know next month we're gonna have the master plan. And that was put out. Everyone on that master plan did a great job. Every other Monday, they sat there. Joe Citizen, who came together and took their time. And I know there was always this thing about, oh, it's not quick enough, it's not quick enough. It just showed that they took the time to go through the zoning, look at the town, to make recommendation to this board of what they saw was going into the future. And I want to thank them, even though it wasn't done for some people quick enough. I think they did an extraordinary job putting that together, and I look forward next month to passing those recommendations. Last but not least, I want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving next week, 2 weeks. We'll be back here. Everyone remember that our December town board meeting is, I believe, December 18th. We moved it because of Christmas, so I'm looking forward to that. And with that being said, thank everyone for coming tonight to the Vietnam Veterans Memorial War Committee. Thank you. Thank you for what you've done. And I accept this as we work together to get this done. It wasn't me by myself. I told Mr. Cody when I first took office, we're gonna get you. He's been trying to get this for the longest, and we got it. And I'm thrilled that you got what you wanted, because I know how important it was to you. Because our vets, again, they are responsible, who went out there over the years. Why everybody wanted to come to this country, because of the sacrifices that were made, that this is a great country. And I always tell someone, they want to complain about this country, I'll be more than happy to pay for that airfare to go wherever they want to go. So, thank you, thank you, thank you.
George, can I say something?
Absolutely.
So I would just like to point out that the master plan committee that's currently working started 4 years ago when George took office. So in 4 years, they have that done without paying a professional planner $200,000+ to do it. And if you look at what was put together compared to the last one, it was probably $250,000 that we paid. This is, I would say, way better than that plan. So 4 years for a master plan is a lot less than it took last time. That plan was done from 2000 to 2005 or 6 and wasn't adopted until 2009. That's a 9-year period. So I just like to say,
Thank you.
and we saved $250,000.
Yes. Madam Clerk, you're up.
Okay, I don't have much tonight, just thank you to, our election inspectors that show up on election day at, I don't know, 5 o'clock, some ridiculous time like that. And make it possible, that that we all do get to vote and things go well. I don't know that there were any issues, in the town. We have some veteran inspectors, and we had a lot of new inspectors, who helped out, so that was a great job. It's, you know, everybody says, oh, they get paid, yeah, they get paid, but I don't know how many people would be at a place at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I know the last person that walked out of here, election night, it was about 20 minutes to 11. I don't know how many people would do that for, I think they get, I don't know, Gene, what do you get, $300 or something? I mean, it's a long day, it's a long day, so just thank you to those folks. And, my annual appeal, where I put the strong arm on people, the coins have already been here. Boys and Girls Club has dropped off their giving tree ornaments. We have promised this year to help 25 children. I spoke with Shane and Barbie last week when they dropped them off. And last week they were still taking applications from Sullivan County, and they have over 400 families that are looking for help. So we have them in my office. I can email you a picture of one. I'm sure George is gonna come in, because I know last year he was a last minute fella, and we had a couple kids that were still stragglers, and George took the last two. So if you wanna help us with that, we certainly would appreciate it. And if we run out of tags, you can just contact the Boys and Girls Club directly. It's like I said, I have some in there now with somebody that I know and love who's working there, and she tells me that, the requests are coming in every day, not only for that, but for food, because there is, and I said I don't think we realize it here, because most of us in this room don't have to worry about food. I think they call it now food insecurity. But there are a lot of people that live in this town that don't have the ability, whether the SNAP funds are out there or they're not. I think even with that, and I don't want to like toot my horn, but there's a lady who I don't even really know. I knew her through a good friend of mine who passed away. And I saw something on her Facebook the other day, and she's undergoing dialysis, and she's got 2 special needs children. And I didn't do anything for my nieces and nephews that week, because I bought this lady her groceries. And I think if there are some of us that have that ability, just like, if you don't go on social media, just go on for a day, and you'll see people that are really, really hurting. And if you can help, please help. Because like I said, I don't know if we were planning on doing anything here. I know that Pastor Wilkins has a mission where she takes care of, but it's just very sad that there are so many people that are really desperate now for food and you know, kids, I mean, Christmas and Hanukkah is about kids. So if you have a couple extra bucks, and another story that probably nobody cares about except me. We had a gentleman who rented a pavilion at the park, and his deposit was $100, and we called him 3 times and said, you didn't come pick up your $100. And it was, you know, it was $100 in an envelope. And he said, there must be something that you can do with that money. He said, I don't need it back. We had an amazing time. The park is beautiful. So, I believe his first name is Harry. He is sponsoring one of our Boys and Girls Club kids this year with his $100 donation. So I'll be begging probably for the next 3 weeks. So thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commissioner?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. So a little bit of a history on what the highway did this year, just because I want to touch on it and make sure everyone understands, because it's impressive. So we paved 11 roads this summer, totaling about 15,270 tons, which for reference is 9.5 centerline miles, which think about it, both lanes. So it's actually 19 straight miles of road. So hats off to them. Everyone worked very hard this summer, but just to quantify the kind of work that they do and what they're able to accomplish in the short amount of time that we have during late spring and summer to get this paving done. As to what we're doing right now, it's a slow but steady process. We're working on getting the streetlights repaired. I know we have a lot out, but we're slowly getting through the list. We're doing it at night, mostly because otherwise, if you're doing it during the daytime, you gotta throw a breaker and you gotta test to make sure the power's off. So it's just so much easier to go out at night. if the light's out, it needs to be repaired. So we're gonna try to get through as many of them as we can, but no promises that all of them will be done before snow starts and we have to transition onto roads. Parks, really not much to touch on. We're just buttoning up projects as we can before the weather gets really nasty. Just the parks guys were out today putting out almost the rest of the stone around the building. And to expand on the notes that Councilman Valentin had. The idea is we're gonna try to pull the look that we have at the front of the building and eventually pull it to the back of this same building and then hopefully try to pull it over down to building B, just to make it kind of one more cohesive group when you pull in here. And then as far as the community center grant, so we've been working with DASNY on the flooring replacement for that building. We have to amend the scope of work a little bit to just ensure that we're gonna get our reimbursement. We met with them and they gave us some recommendations on what we should be including in the scope of work, just to make sure that, you know, it's a reimbursable. We go through, we pay a contractor, they come in and do whatever we need on the floor, that when the time comes, they're actually going to pay us back. And as far as myself, last thing, I had the honor of speaking at the Police Community Council meeting last week. And it was great. The group that was there had really good questions. We had really good conversation. So I just want to thank the chief, the council members for having me. That's it.
Thank you. Chief Hartman,
The commissioner did get good reviews afterwards.
so again,
Feedback was very positive. He was well prepared, that's for sure. He was full of it. As Supervisor mentioned, we did attend the award ceremony was held by Assemblymember Kay. We should host the next one because she did state in the announcement that's a yearly ceremony, so we should look to host next year's event. She was very gracious to host.
very good, yes.
And another person was recognized now, we call Natalie Hernandez, who used to work here. The two people recognized from Orange County, one was a police officer who's currently here, and another one was a dispatcher here for several years ago before she went to state police. As Councilman Valentin touched on with respect to the inspection by corrections, so we're an accredited agency, which is subject to very strict rules and regulations. We're midway through the reaccreditation process. It's already been 28 years. We have to go, so we get go through the process again. So New York State Corrections is a separate New York State Corrections, it's Commission on Corrections. They're a separate entity than entity that gives us our accreditation. The entity that accredits us is the Department of Criminal Justice Services. In contrast to Commission on Corrections, they oversee all the jails in New York, including holding cells that we have in our department. So they come in, they do a separate inspection, the accreditation inspection. We passed our accreditation inspection with the screening policy we had. So New York State's Department of Criminal Justice Services says our policy was sufficient, but the Commission on Corrections says it wasn't, in the sense that we have to, or they suggested, I should say, we include their recommended policy for screening. So right now, we'll also do a common sense screening. We'll talk to the person in the system, they go into the cell, are you okay? Are you requiring medical services, psychological services? You're undergoing any drug treatment, withdrawals, whatever the case is. Obviously, you're just providing medical care for the person. Rather than doing that, as the state previously allowed us to, the Commission on Corrections wants to adopt this model policy that they recently rolled out, so we'll be doing that to comply. And it's well within both the Commission on Corrections standards as well as New York State Department of Justice Service standards. That was a mouthful. We did pass also biannual inspections of the Department of Ag and Markets. They came and inspected our records regarding animal control. That includes our kennel in the back. We passed with flying colors and a letter from them forthcoming. Full credit to our animal control officer, Mark Acosta, does a wonderful job. There's no overnight street parking between October 1st and April 1st. Snow removal impedes DPW's job, so please keep the cars off the street. Certainly, if there's gonna be snow. If there's gonna be snow, we're going to be going out there ahead of time. The supervisor sent that letter, staff posted it online recently. Please, no overnight parking, especially in cases where there's gonna be snow. And then lastly, you know, it's not a secret that society as a whole has been seeing an increase in suicides recently. It's been going up year over year over year. And law enforcement is not unaffected by that, in the sense that we suffer from that also. Law enforcement, first responders are people also, and they suffer the same types of issues that society as a whole suffers. But with law enforcement, there's a stigma associated with seeking mental health services. It's so unfortunate this is 2025. And it shouldn't be stigmatized. It's an illness. If someone's ill and they're suffering from something, they need treatment. It should be treated like a cold or flu or a fractured finger, whatever the case is, but it's not. And law enforcement officers are a tough breed, they have that A+ personality. And you combine that with the stigma associated, and we're the least likely people to go get help. And yet, we're the ones who need it the most, because more officers every year kill themselves that are killed by suspects. We're taking on life now at a higher rate than suspects are. So we do everything we can as a department to help members of our community with multiple response support team, the support of this board and the county officials. We've been able to enact the first mobile response team in the county that responds to cases of mental health crises in our town that deal with our residents. That the county put together a program recently. It's the Orange County First Responders Peer Support Team. It's going to be colleagues, law enforcement officers who are going to get specialized training that act as a liaison between police personnel or first responders, fire or EMS included, that are in need of mental health services. And the county sought volunteers, people that want to be volunteers in this program, and I just found out that Sergeant Alexei Laguilla was selected as a volunteer. We just got word. So they're going to be rolling this out at the county level next month. And our hope is that having a peer that can act as a facilitator to getting a first responder into mental health services will help lessen the stigma and hopefully provides help to people who really need it. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome.
Next, we transition to public participation, 3 minutes.
Everybody knows my name, so I don't have to tell you that. I have one thing for you. The trees on the tunnel are so high that in the wintertime, they're gonna fall off. So maybe you could put it on your list to get them all cut down.
Which tunnels?
Silver Lake Tunnel,
By the.
all right?
By
Mud
the,
Mills.
Uh,
All right,
yeah.
all right,
Yeah,
thank
yeah,
you.
by Golden Triangle.
Second thing is this, is tomorrow, Larry and I, and whoever else wants to help us, we're gonna change the banners in the Veterans Memorial Park to the holiday banners. We got new banners, we're gonna put them up, and then shortly after that, we're gonna put lights on the Christmas tree with a star on top for the holidays. So that's just a couple more things that we're doing for the town. If anybody wants to help us, donate lights or whatever, we really appreciate it. The lights will go off during the day and come on at night. But that's just another thing that the committee's doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Cody. Anyone on Zoom? Anyone in the audience? Yes, ma'am.
My name is Margaret Baker. I live at the Fairways and I'm neighbors with West Hills Country Club. And this summer, spring, summer, fall, it's been unbearable to live there. I spoke to the councilman. I have no quality of life. I have no future there. I have no peace. It's 7 months out of the year, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sometimes Thursdays, sometimes Mondays. It's just unbearable, and I know that the laws have got to be enforced somehow, to have him abide. It's just bad. The speakers, in his tent, he has a tent, for weddings, and they point directly to my house. And the only way that I see fit, to get rid of this problem is to rearrange or redirect the speakers. Because the people that live in the beginning of the Fairways, they're not bothered by this at all, because they're on the beginning of the speaker. I'm at the other end of the speaker and all of the noise goes there. So I don't know what to do, I don't know a resolution, I don't know how to enforce it, but I can't do another year, I just can't, it's unbearable, it's bad. It's just bad. So,
Thank you.
thank you.
So I'll just fill you in, we did talk about that after we discussed it, the board discussed it and stuff and talked.
I'm sorry.
After we spoke, I
Yeah.
brought it up to the board at a work session and, I think. In our code, there's a limit on noise at a certain time frame, so after 11. So unfortunately, we don't have anything, that we could do before that, but I think, and as we discussed, maybe it's just a matter of. Because it's only the outdoor tent, it's
not
not
so
the other
much-
facility that makes the noise, the original one,
Right.
it's just the tent.
The
And I
tent.
was there. For something this summer, and the tent was very, very loud.
Yes,
So, maybe it's just a.
it's
thing
not
that-
so much a time thing, a time thing is important because there is an ordinance, I
Right,
believe, till
and
10
that's,
p.m.
that's what we can do, but
But the noise, the
maybe it's
noise.
a. Not so loud, point in a different direction kind of thing.
Yeah, listen, I mean, he has a business and it's a beautiful piece of property, it's wonderful there. It's just the speakers are just in the wrong place, I believe.
Or even beef up the tent as well, right? So that.
Well, they
so
open
the
up the
sound-
sides and the.
In other words, you could, I think something could be worked out.
Yeah, we can.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That doesn't cost them any money, doesn't, nobody's being
They
put out for this and, you can resolve this
It's a
issue.
neighborly thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no,
absolutely.
I hear you.
Yeah,
I will be reaching out to the owner.
appreciate
Yeah,
Yes, we'll be speaking to him.
Good luck.
Can I speak on
yeah.
Sure.
kind of on the same issue? She's my wife. But I happened to go there not too long ago.
Your name,
and
sir?
Speak to the gentleman.
Sir, could you just give us your name, please?
Oh, Gary Baker, thank you. It's 98 Fairways. My granddaughter wanted to sleep over Grandma and Grandpa's house. So I went down there to speak to the gentleman to see if they were having a venue that night, because there's no way she'd be able to sleep. And he says, oh, yeah. And I said, you think you could tone it down? Oh, no, we have a permit to do whatever we damn well please. And that was a quote unquote. We can make it as loud as we want and we can go on as long as we want. Now, that being said, okay, we all know that law does not exist, that permit, okay? And I mean, I would think that the code that's today is you can't have noise beyond your property line, okay? And the police, he told me that police are there at every wedding from people being complaining. Okay, so that's a lot. So we're not the only ones complaining, okay? Apparently nobody else knew that the meeting was gonna be tonight. And you would think that everybody that knows that there is not this noise code beyond your property, okay? That the law would be enforced, you know, the law is the law, and beyond that, your property line, if you sat on the road in front of my house, okay? And you hear the noise, all you hear is boom, 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 all night, from say 6 o'clock to 11 o'clock at night. Now, the town ordinance right now is until 10 o'clock at night. They do as they please, And if you're in front of my house, which is beyond their property line, you still hear that bump, 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 bump. So the law is not being enforced. That's all I can tell you.
So just to make you aware, as you can see earlier, we put a public hearing for the noise ordinance.
That's why I was here, because it is on the
One of the
agenda.
things I would like to do, is change the noise ordinance to make it to decibels. And that was my goal at the beginning regarding the noise ordinance.
Yeah,
So if you look at the law that's being proposed, and we'll have the public hearing next month.
yeah, I tried,
Hopefully, that's what we're gonna do.
I tried to get a copy of that law that's being proposed,
Mhm.
but I was not
You
able.
contact my office, we can get it to you.
Yes, okay,
Yes.
all right, yeah, I appreciate that,
mean, there's some people, they're selling their house because they can't take it. Which is pretty bad, you know, and to hear that 3, 4 nights a week for 6 hours. I don't know if you've ever pulled up to a red light and the kid next to you has got her radio blasting with a boom, 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 boom. Well, that's what it's like.
I hope that this new law, if the board passes this, you know, we'll be able to address some of the issues a little bit, make the law more with teeth to address noise complaints around the town.
So,
Okay.
Mr. Baker, just a couple of things. You're right. There is no law that exists in the town, permit that exists in the town that allows any individual to do whatever they want.
Correct.
Those permits are pretty strict in writing. And as the supervisor said, we're addressing several noise issues throughout the town, and hopefully after that public hearing, we can vote on it and then give those people that do the enforcement more teeth to enforce. The last thing I'd like to know is where you said you tried to find, did you call the office or reach out to the clerk's office for that law? Because we do have it available for the residents.
I just found out that it was available this morning.
Okay,
Okay, I tried to get a copy of it. And
How
at the
did you-
town hall, or she sent me, I guess, over to your office. And she said that, you know, just come to the meeting. She couldn't get me the information
okay.
immediately.
We'll-
And
we'll
like I
get-
said, I just found out this
We'll-
morning.
we'll
We'll
get
get
it to
it,
you.
we'll get it on the website.
Yeah,
We'll put
okay,
we'll put it on the town website.
okay, that'd be great.
Okay.
And certainly share it with your neighbors as well. And so
Well,
they
you
can
know,
come
we
to-
just moved there this past winter. It's our retirement home,
Mhm.
okay? And little did we know that we were gonna be in the midst of all of this noise. You know, we purchased it in the wintertime when there's no tent. So, we don't know a whole lot of people in the neighborhood at this point. It's a lot of elderly people. They, know.
It's a beautiful,
oh, we love it there,
yeah,
you know?
So-
Because we don't wanna go.
I don't wanna go.
okay.
But it's a matter of, you know, you can't take it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just you dread the weekend. You know, so,
Hopefully we come to a conclusion. Thank you.
okay, I thank you for your time.
Yeah, I think this is fixable, guys, even without
Well, you know,
a new
we
law, I mean,
tried to get in touch with the gentleman,
yeah,
okay?
let George get in touch with him.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And, you know, again, just be a good neighbor. Can you please point the speakers towards Links Road?
Well, I
Can you,
mentioned that,
can you, I don't know, put up something that lines the tent, whether it's inside or outside, on the other side that faces your house? I mean, this should not be difficult. And again, you know, you can have every wedding on Thursday, Friday, Saturday night you want, you know, I don't see this.
when I
even-
spoke to the manager there, he told me, I said the same thing.
Yeah, I hear you, but
But
let George talk to the guy and,
Okay,
you know, I don't see why this can't be resolved,
yeah.
you know,
amicably.
yeah, really.
Yeah.
It's not
We
rocket science.
tried
it's
to
just-
talk to him and we never got a response back to him, from him,
All right,
the owner. We sent registered letters and so forth.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen. So
Okay.
that's why we're here tonight.
got it.
You know,
Appreciate it.
okay?
I'll be
I
quiet.
thank you.
You won't.
Okay, have a good Thanksgiving.
You too.
Thank you.
Anyone on Zoom?
Good morning. Just wanted to check up, have we had any progress on the 2023 closing of our books? And the 2024, any audit reports?
They're working on it as every day. They're
Okay,
working on
but
it.
is there any estimate of,
Hopefully 23, we will be looking to close by the end of the year. It might be done by January, February.
okay, because you know, January through April, you know, the accountings are gonna be working on closing other books for 2025 for people. So we're not gonna get our 2025 even done until sometime into next year. Yeah, and to get our credit rating back, the recovery for that is gonna take some time. That means, you know, I mean, everybody's promising, you know, during election season, we can get things fixed right away, but we know this is gonna take some time.
You see that?
What's that?
I didn't promise you we'll get fixed.
Oh, no, I mean, everybody, promises stuff and stuff, but we understand it's gonna take some time and stuff, but we'd like to know more about it, learn more of the progress going on. Okay, I see we have a copy of the budget. Can we get a copy that's, online as they can download as an Excel document?
We don't give out Excel copies of the
Okay,
budget.
because, well, the problem I have is I just looked at it just now, and I can see numbers that are different in 2021 on that sheet. And we've closed 2021 a long time ago. So why are we changing our numbers in 2021?
In order to fix 22, in order to finish 22, we had to go back and change some stuff, how things were reported.
In 2021,
Right, yes.
but we had the report from there and that was all closed.
Yeah, but I gave you the answer. There was some things that way was reported and they had to go back and then change some stuff.
This is just on the first page. I haven't gotten through all the other
Okay.
pages. I mean, so having it online, you'd be able to see the differences and question them or understand them better.
Okay.
Okay. The other thing is, do we have more details of what the auditors are doing? Because we're paying a lot of money for those auditors.
He's working very diligent on closing 23. That's what he's doing on a daily basis when he's here. He's working
Yeah.
hard to get this done.
But
And we're
we've,
down a deputy controller.
okay, we lost a deputy controller.
Well, she's out. She's out on maternity leave.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, okay. I thought you meant like they left. Okay,
No.
okay, no.
No.
They're just down in person and department,
Yes.
okay. But then, we're paying 350,000, or that's how much has been allocated towards that. And we have less information on that than we have on the parade information from today. I mean, it's just a one-line thing on what they're doing. And I'd like to see more details of what we're getting for our money. That's a lot of money that we're spending on audit stuff,
Okay,
okay?
thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone on Zoom? Anyone in the audience? That being said, motion to adjourn.
Perfect timing.
Wow, that was good. Motion to